France has been an essential part of the fabric of my own life for as long as I can remember. Indeed, as I have been astonished to discover, this is my 35th official visit to France. Each and every time I have been struck by the warmth of the welcome I have always received, and by the immense good that can be accomplished when France and the United Kingdom work together. Now, on the occasion of my first state visit to France, my belief in the indispensable relationship between our countries is as firm as it ever has been.
Off to France now, where the King has received a standing ovation at the start and the end of his address to the French Senate this morning. He promised to work to strengthen the relationship between Britain and France and called for a renewed entente cordiale to tackle climate change. Well, Charles Bremner is the Times' Paris correspondent. I was watching it all. Charles, what did you make of the other Charles?
Hello, Matt. He did pretty well. I mean, he spoke mostly in French. His French is pretty good. I mean, he has a pretty thick English accent. That's to be understood. He can converse in French. That's pleasing the French, and you could see the attraction and the excitement over his visit in the fact that the MPs and senators got out their smartphones and took pictures of him and selfies with him before his speech began and after it. So this doesn't happen very often in the French Parliament.
Yeah, I saw some footage of that. I was quite surprised. It lacked a certain amount of decorum, I thought, all taken to photos. And in terms of the substance of what he had to say,
it was pretty much a protocol speech. The King doesn't make political speeches. It was all obviously vetted or written by Downing Street and Foreign Office and the British Embassy, with a few touches by the King himself. It pleased the French. He talked, of course, about the entente cordiale, which was signed George V in 1904. He said this time that has to be an entente soutenable, a sustainable entente, because of climate change, and France and Britain should work together despite Brexit. And Macron, in his speech at the dinner last night, used those words, despite Brexit. This is warming up relations. The King has been very well received at the high level in France. The public doesn't really care a great deal.
And what happens next? So he's addressed the Senate. Where does he go next?
He's off to look at the Notre Dame site this afternoon, and the Queen and Brigitte Macron have their own program. Of course, they were playing a bit of ping pong this morning. I don't know if you saw that at the youth centre. The King is going on to Bordeaux tomorrow. This afternoon he's also seeing Macron again for talks. He's going to Bordeaux tomorrow to look at vineyards and projects close to his heart, environmental projects, and celebrate a bit of Bordeaux's very, very ancient history with England.
Very good. He's having a nice little tour of that. I think actually we're going to hear a little bit of Charles's speech actually to the Senate. Let's just take a listen to this.
France has been an essential part of the fabric of my own life for as long as I can remember. Indeed, as I have been astonished to discover, this is my 35th official visit to France. Each and every time I have been struck by the warmth of the welcome I have always received, and by the immense good that can be accomplished when France and the United Kingdom work together. Now, on the occasion of my first state visit to France, my belief in the indispensable relationship between our countries is as firm as it ever has been.
That was the King addressing the French Senate today. And Charles Bremner, our Paris correspondent in Paris there for the Times.